Welcome back, y'all, to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com, where we talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. We talk about crabs, not in the kind you get, but crab legs that you eat. Balls is Sierra's favorite topic. We've been talking about gay sex, tranny sex.
That's what we've mostly been focused on the last month. It seems
I love the trannies.
I have to say, I was watching a little adults video earlier today.
By yourself?
This is actually after we got home, and we're like, let's put a little something in. Let's,
They have like a giant library. I want to come see your porn library.
Well, you want to see your porn library, and I want to see your lingerie, okay?
You should. Yeah, you should dig into my lingerie. You could dig into my porn library.
Okay, that works.
But it was, I don't know how it's one we've never seen, but it was some ball slapping. Like, it was full on, loud as can be. And who was it? Was it you that loves the ball slapping?
I do love it when that ball just whips up and slaps you right in the clit. That is amazing.
They were fucking so hard it was slapping.
Like loud. I'm like, turn this down. The neighbors are gonna hear those balls slap.
That is so hot when that happens. And you can feel it on your clit like that. Yeah, it is really hot.
Yeah, I've known girlfriends who are like, oh, I can't stand guys with long droopy balls. I'm like, that's the guy I want.
Yeah, because you want him to be like boom, boom.
Because it's like getting a reach around.
Yeah, when you're on your knees. Yeah. When your ass is in the air, and yeah, it is. You've never experienced that, Miss Tox?
It was just
we are calling somebody with really large balls to help our girl Toxie.
They don't have to necessarily be large. They need to be long.
Mr. Toxie's balls are fine, and
do they slap up?
Yeah, but not to this extent. I mean, I'm telling you,
was she like getting bruises on her belly button?
That movie inspire you to try that?
The ball slapping?
Yeah.
I wasn't like slap the balls or anything.
Fuck this hot pussy. Slap it.
Do you dirty talk?
I do not talk dirty.
Are you quiet?
Dirty.
Are you at least a moaner?
Yes, I am a moaner. I am.
But you don't talk.
And I can get loud, and I can.
Can you talk dirty? Will you talk dirty?
I mean, I do a little, and I'm
okay,
like,
what's a little bit of talk?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, does not count. No, that doesn't.
What'd you say?
Count.
Fuck me hard.
Fuck me harder and stuff like that.
I don't think that counts as dirty talk.
This is her dirty talk. Fuck me harder and stuff like that. Okay.
Like, please, if you wouldn't mind.
I totally appreciate it if you just pound the shit out of my pussy.
I'm not even sure she would pound the shit out of my pussy.
No.
I really would like it if you just fuck me good.
Can you fuck me nicely, please? Thank you.
So do you like it like down and dirty, or do you like it gentle?
I like it both. There's a time for each.
Me too.
There's a time for each. You can sound nice and slow, and then if you want to pound the shit out of me.
Because you know what? I don't like the men who can't adjust to that. You know, that they've got one style of fucking and that's their only style.
Yeah, that's kind of boring.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I like a man who can fucking pound it hard or can be like real slow and steady.
Yeah,
I'm going to need my pussy lick. We keep talking about this.
You got a phone number. You got a bat phone, don't you?
I got a bat phone. Got a bat phone.
Send out the pussy signal. Hers has got to be in Morse code because that's how old she is.
Wait a minute, but I need to remind for every old joke that this one tells me that the police asked her if she was her baby daddy's mother.
I was.
So
but
she deserves that one back today.
I'm convinced that's simply because I looked very respectable and mature.
And it was 5 a.m. I mean, what else?
Yeah.
I have to get her back some way to keep calling me old.
It'll never happen.
I know. I keep trying, though. It'll work.
Unfortunately, I'm not even 35, so...
Yeah, you're the baby of the bunch.
I always am.
The baby
She's not the baby. I'm 29.
Yeah, and I'm the Pope. Kiss my ring, okay? Kiss it. Kiss my ring.
I try it all the time.
Listen, dear, you dated yourself earlier when you were talking about New Kids on the Block, and
she loves freaking New Kids on the Block. This one, she's such a teeny bopper sometimes.
I don't admit
and Justin
to it.
Bieber. No, she's such a teeny bopper.
You know what? I
one.
saw a Justin Bieber notebook today and totally thought about getting it for you.
You could use it for your show notes. Already got that one.
I have it.
Oh my God.
It was right next to the One Direction notebook. I was like, I could get two for her. I could make her and the daughter happy.
There you go. Oh my God.
Right, because it's One Direction with your girl, right?
It's One Direction.
Was she into the Hannah Montana thing?
She was into Hannah Montana. We actually, the first concert she ever went to was a Miley Cyrus concert.
Right
It
up.
will
right.
not happen now,
No.
but
That was before the
You
chicken
don't- you
cutlet
don't think-
incident.
before.
You don't think that that's a good role model for your little one, huh?
I don't, but I also, from the get-go, I don't teach her to make like musicians and people like that
Right,
her role
idolize,
model. Like,
right.
don't idolize them. Don't model yourself after them. You can enjoy them. You can enjoy their music. I will let you put some posters up, and that took a while. Like she had all these posters, and she's like, "When can I put them up?" And I'm like, "Mom's not ready yet."
See, and I can't get my kid to
So-
get into posters. I was like, when I was a kid, I had posters
Oh, yeah, me too.
everywhere.
Donny
And she
Osmond
has-
all over. That tells you how
I
old I
actually
was.
loved Donny Osmond as well.
Yeah.
So
Mine was
my
Brad
first-
Pitt, baby.
My first male Barbie was a Donny Osmond doll.
Ooh.
And I remember taking off its pants and I'm
Looking
like,
for a
It's
penis?
just a little bulge. Yeah, there's nothing there.
You were looking for a penis on Donny Osmond?
Apparently, or I just thought it was weird. But
It's
I
because
You
he's
know
a
which-
Mormon. It's because he's Mormon.
Do you know which Ken doll did have a penis? And it was
No.
not just an amorphous kind of plastic
Real
underwear.
penis? Ooh.
Beach Ken had a penis. It wasn't a
Really?
real penis, but it was a defined penile area because he had
Oh, yeah, trunks on, swim trunks.
Right.
So now probably you don't get any.
Probably not.
Yeah. They did make that baby doll once that was anatomically correct. Remember, it was. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a big stank because the doll had, they had,
A penis?
yes.
Who cares?
I know. Why would you not? I mean,
I don't
mean,
understand. We're
I
so
don't-
uptight about shit
I
in this
know,
country.
you're so right, because kids have to know that boys have penises and girls don't.
Meanwhile, in places like Japan, the only rule is you can't show pubic hair on TV.
Really?
Yes. That is the only rule on TV is you cannot show pubic hair. So I actually had to sign a waiver when I was doing my Japanese studies in high school. I had to
when
sign
you
a
were showing your
waiver.
pubic hair.
No, I had to sign a waiver because she had brought over videotapes of Japanese television to show the kids, because it wasn't just about Japanese language, it was about the whole culture, because you can't just learn the Japanese language and think you can get away with going over there and just speaking Japanese. You have to learn the culture too so that you can interact with people.
Right.
And we had to all sign waivers because there was going to be partial nudity on this. And these were like game shows that were on that families watched, where they come out and they've just got a tiny little washcloth covering their privates. Otherwise, they're completely
Well, don't
naked.
they have like group baths over there? Public
Yes,
baths? and
public
stuff
baths.
that people get in
Yeah.
naked?
Social nudity is not as big a deal over there as it is here.
Well, and everybody over there is this size. Like if I walked over
Oh,
there,
no. There's a lot of big people in Japan.
Really?
Yeah, there's
like
some...
big like me big? Well, I guess sumo wrestlers.
Well, there's sumo wrestlers, yeah, but there's like
Women?
Yeah, they're not all skinny.
Oh,
There's
okay.
quite a few like hefty sized people over there.
I'd love to get naked in front of everybody in the room
When-
that and like just watch the reaction.
When I went to I was an exchange student in Germany, and the very first time, are we matchies?
Oh my gosh, you guys are almost
And
matching.
the very first time I remember going to a public pool and walking in, and I'm like, they are all naked. What is this?
This was
I'm
in
like,
Germany?
Yeah, and I'm like, there's old lady floppy boobs here. Like, what is this?
And we are one of the only industrialized
We
nations
are.
that has a stigma on social nudity.
I think it's so ridiculous.
It is.
Oh, our
Speaking of
lovely
social
big
nudity-
cutie Eve just walked in with her beautiful self. I'm loving this dress, sister friend. It is so. Look at the stripes.
We're literally like
No one told me it was stripe night. I could have wore stripes.
Wasn't even
I'm not
on
wearing
purpose.
stripes.
No, me neither. But I could have. I had stripes at home to wear. I feel like I should be engaged to Eve because I've seen her the last 3 days. I don't see her for months, and then I see her for 3 days in a row. I'm not complaining.
You want me to do it? I will do the flop.
No, she's
because I
better.
love you.
She's a guest, been here twice. She's already got the chairs figured out. You people been here years and can't even get the chair to go
I
down.
can't. I'm sitting here so uncomfortable because I can't get my chair right.
Here, I'll hold you. Hold on. Because I understand. All right, girl. You got it. She brought her footstool. I love this. I'm trying to be. Woo. Hello. You good? Yeah.
Sorry to get that on camera for posterity.
She's got such a beautiful thigh over there. I can't stand myself.
She's got a beautiful
Pull
everything.
it around. Pull it close, like it's a penis. You know
Yeah,
what
you
to
can
do.
ignore the
Down here?
Yeah.
Oh.
The sounds
No,
of
no,
Eve's
this
vagina.
Up here. Up,
You don't have
bring
to
it
wear
up.
them.
Bring it up.
No.
Hi, honey.
I had a bad, I've never come here not in the dark. And I didn't know this building is like pink.
Yeah.
So I had a different, this idea that your brain sort of makes a mental map and you're stuck in it, whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
I sort of had this idea that this building was like gray, so I drove like all the way
Past
down
it?
to Buffalo, and I finally texted Toxie, and I'm like, "Yo, like, is this before or after?" And she's like, "Oh, you're so far away." So here I am now. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
no, it's pink. It's a big
It's
salmon pink
right?
building.
This is pink.
It's
Okay.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's not even something that you can like get away with. Oh no, it's kind of a beigey orangey desert
No.
color. No,
No.
this shit's pink.
Yeah.
This like pulled the salmon colored crayon out of your box and just put it on a building.
Yeah,
Funny.
you're absolutely right. It looks very Vegas-y,
Mhm.
very West Coast.
It
Where you
does.
been traveling all over the world, girl? We ain't seen your face around. You just been hiding.
She's just saying this, just like she said. I feel like we're in a relationship. I've seen you for so
I
many
know.
days.
And I just talked to you like we were in a relationship.
Yeah, it was awesome. I've not been hiding. I was on the East Coast for about a month, hanging out in and around Boston.
Nice.
That was fun, hanging out with friends, but I'm back in Vegas and in the heat. Like I sort of like
Forgot about it.
well, yeah, because it wasn't super hot when I left and I came back and I'm like, "Oh, hey, 100 degrees."
And you weren't
How
there
are
to
you?
catch the humidity from their summer
You guys
starting.
don't know. I was gonna say, but
I do.
humidity here though, like people are always like, "It's so humid here." I'm like, "Are you kidding?" Like for the month that it rains here, everybody complains. I'm like, "Please, you know nothing."
Oh yeah, you go back east. I know because I lived in Michigan, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in Dallas. That shit is hot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I lived there
It's
too.
like-
Ugh.
It's great for your skin though.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so good, and I have natural curly hair, so it does really cool things. But otherwise, forget it. Like you feel like you got to wring your clothes out when you get dressed.
Yeah, it's like walking into an open mouth.
Or when you, I remember getting off the plane literally and feeling like I was breathing cream.
Yeah.
Like,
You were breathing cream?
oh,
Hey,
the
you know,
air
it's
was
not
that
the first
thick.
time.
That thick and humid.
There, but
All right. Well, I'm used
How
to
often
that.
do you breathe cream?
When you go to Michigan and breathe that thick air, it's like.
Yeah, because in Michigan it's
Seriously.
not just humidity. There's like smog
Oh
too
yeah,
in
the
Detroit.
area, yeah.
You're breathing every known cancer toxin into your body. It's like walking around in downtown LA during rush hour. Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It's gross.
So Eve, tell us what you have going on. I
Ooh.
know, like
what do I have going on?
with your Big Cutie Eve stuff and.
Yeah, my website, eve.bigcuties.com, is doing really well, and I'm really appreciative to all of the guys that signed on to Perv on me. Thanks a bunch. So that's doing really well.
And girls.
And-
Girls. There might be an occasional girl on there.
Is it you?
Name toxic.
I
Just
got-
saying.
Listen, I'm gonna read you this email. I got the creepiest email
Oh, I
the
love
other
this
day.
stuff.
Hold on.
I
We
love this
love
stuff.
creepy emails.
Creepy, because there's a lot of creepy guys out there that are just.
serious creepers.
I was telling them when we were telling everybody you were coming on tonight that like you tell the story about how like you walk around New York and people just follow your behind.
Yeah, that can be. I mean, I'm not trying to encourage this behavior because I certainly, I certainly don't like it. It can be incredibly unpleasant,
Oh,
but
I bet.
sometimes it's super fun.
It's
I'm
flattering
like, I know what
sometimes,
you're doing. It's not
right?
even flattering. I'm just like a bit of a pervert myself, so it's like I know you and I know your game, but I'm not opposed to it.
And,
But those are few and far between.
and then
those instances.
they approach you with jack off face. We talk about like that they've jacked off to your stuff.
Well, that happened. I'm incriminating myself today, and this is not usually my way. That happened
is
to me.
great.
I'm sympathetic to that face because she doesn't model anymore, but there was this model, Gypsy SSBBW, who I just thought was, the bee's knees.
Okay.
And I ran into her at a party one time, and I sort of gave her like awkward
Jack off
face. And then
face.
I was finally like, I feel like I should introduce myself because you've been in my bedroom before. And she was like, "Aw," it was like a love. It was a lovely
guys
moment.
walk up to me and go, like I feel like we've already been together because we've been together. Yeah.
I did that when Tyra came in. I had like just masturbated to Tyra's
Tyra
stuff in the morning, and then I'm in here like, hi.
You're like,
Your friend likes tranny porn, huh?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. We've talked about it.
Tranny porn. God. I like tranny porn. I didn't know I liked the trannies before I liked the tranny porn. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I knew I liked the whole back.
yeah, if
stuff.
your first time with tranny porn was when Wendy Williams and Michelle
Michelle.
gave you porn.
But I've always liked the whole tranny storyline in the back. But
We have that conversation. It's very topical right now. How you fall with the word tranny.
You know, we talk about it with all of the girls that have come in, like
Mhm.
tranny,
Seems like
transgender,
All the professional
transsexual.
performing girls don't care. They're just like, yeah, I'm a tranny, but that's because that's part of how they make money.
Well, I just had this conversation with a friend the other night. I'm from a take the power back generation that like you used words that were thrown at you as slurs to take the power away from them. So I sort of cut my teeth on all of these parties that were inappropriately named because, that's how you disarm the word. So in my mind, it's not a bad word. But I completely respect, being called what you prefer to be called. And so some people prefer transsexual. And if that's your preferred term, I'm happy to use it. But, it's always iffy, sort of how you approach that.
Well, and we've had a lot of our transgender friends in the studio, and you're right. It's kind of like a personal thing. What was the word Michelle Austin used?
Tranty.
Tranty. She said they want to be tranties, but I think that's a new word she's trying to create in the community. But tranny is. I just always thought it's short for transgender or transsexual.
Yeah, I mean, different people have different opinions about things, and it's important.
Different strokes
Well,
for
what should
different
they be
folks.
called?
Oh my
I mean, really,
gosh.
do they have another?
Chicks with dicks.
But I don't think they want to be called that.
The C and Ds.
CWD.
CWD. Chick with dick.
So in your conversations, have you figured out what the best term is or what makes you
My
comfortable?
my approach to anyone is like, what is your preferred pronoun? What's your preferred, like, tell me what you want me to do.
Right.
I just think that's the other thing is like people are afraid to, you sort of dance around it
Right.
rather than be
Well, just
just
ask
be
it.
yeah just
And-
be blunt and say like, what do you prefer to be called? How should I address you? And that's it. And then
And
Yeah, I
be
agree.
true to it.
Here's my thing is if I enter into a conversation with somebody and I don't know, like if they're one of these girls that I don't know is a tranny and I start talking about trannies and they get offended, that's their fault, I think, at that point for getting offended. Because instead of just saying, hey, hold on, I would prefer that you use this term,
Right.
I totally change up what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And,
Right,
it's
we
just
don't know
like,
what they're comfortable with and what they're not.
right, it's just like when people go rattling off and they go, no, that fat bitch. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, what do you mean? I am a fat bitch. I'm okay with this.
yeah, it's one of those things. Like you try not to offend, but you know, I do think most people need sort of a thicker skin and just this is how I
General
prefer.
level.
If somebody disrespects you, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
But just correct somebody's terminology and sort of move on with them.
Do you guys get corrected a lot if you call yourself fat? People
Oh,
go,
yeah.
oh, don't say that.
Yes.
And I go, you know what? I'm fat. I'm
Yeah.
good with that word.
No,
Yep.
my favorite, I used to get this all the time from one particular person. I would say, oh, my fat ass, I'm just too fat for this or whatever. And they'd be like, you're not fat. And I'm like, what the fuck am I then? Because
Yeah,
I certainly
exactly.
am not thin.
Yeah. Why it's like the other people get more offended by that fat word than
Right.
you get offended by it. 'Cause-
Well, it's because of what you associate with it. For me, fat is just like a descriptor. That's it. It's just like tall, short,
Blue,
black,
pink.
white, whatever.
Right.
It's
Right,
fat.
yeah.
Blue,
Like,
pink,
and
purple, fat.
I like the word fat. Like, I usually don't say, like in my house, when you say the word fat, you drag it out. You're like, it's fat. Like, particularly like eating a large portion of something.
But
It's
see,
like,
you have somebody in your house that walks up to girls and goes, "Hi, fatty."
well, I think that's,
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I have to
I mean,
tell-
I
I
don't
have
have
to
a
share
problem
with
with
you.
it.
The first time that happened, and I realized it's a term of like affection.
Mhm.
It is.
And so, I'm okay with it. But the very first time I was like, oh, hey. I kind of didn't know because I wasn't,
Yeah, because you're so used to people just
You
not
know.
throwing that word around. And then to just
right.
someone
But-
come up
but
and go,
making
hey,
it okay,
fatty.
like a good thing. I wasn't really used to it. And
I've-
now, like I said, I realize it's like, I'm all, hey, say it again. It's all good. But, yeah, but the first time, I was,
Little
a
put
little
off.
off. I'm
Little
like,
put off.
oh.
I don't think I ever get put off by stuff like that. I just go, all right.
Because
then I have
it's
very
normally
thick
been,
skin.
it's
Come on,
normally
but
been.
I'm like the joke when I go into a
Right.
bachelor party. I'm so used to being the comic relief that.
But I'm just used to it when it's said in a negative connotation, like, hey,
right.
fat ass.
Right.
Not in a good way.
Right. I was
So.
going into a as an Outback, I think, but there was a ramp going in, okay? And I was going up the ramp, and there was a guy with his, I don't know, his mother, elderly, and they were waiting for me to get up the ramp so he could push her down in a wheelchair. And I hear him go, when I get to the top of it, fat ass. And I looked at him and I said, you don't know nothing about me. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I do. But boy, that comment just told me a whole lot about the kind of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
See, I just say asshole, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like
Yeah.
it conveys the same message.
I'd rather be a fat ass than an asshole.
I just remembered last night when we were at that restaurant, and the guys at the table behind us were kind of snickering.
oh yeah, what
and
did you
saying
hear?
something, and
Because
I
you
I went
woo.
off. I turned my head flung. I just remembered it, and I'm like, "Is there a problem here?
I didn't
Like,
hear
what
they
is your
said.
problem?" I don't
Oh
even
yeah, I remember. It was like The Exorcist.
But they
for
were
sure.
like, yeah. But they were, they were looking over and, like doing their thing and then making some type of comment. And I was gonna go get all up on them. I was not having it.
I get confrontational when I'm drunk too.
I had a few Jaegers and lots of Red Bull. I had so much Red Bull in me, my heart should not be in me anymore. Like my heart should.
Isn't that like all caffeine, Red Bull?
I saw a 12-pack of Red Bull at Walmart.
Did you?
I was like, who needs a 12-pack of this
I've
shit?
never had a Red Bull. Never in my life.
I've
I
had
don't
it one
actually.
time.
I drink Rockstar. Actually, I
Mm.
drink a fruit punch Rockstar, and then last night I ran out, and the girl gave me someone else's Monster. She's like, "Here."
Is it like a caffeine drink? Is that why you
Yes,
drink
it's
it?
an
Oh.
energy drink, but it tastes delicious with Jaeger.
Is anyone else buying that? I'm not.
No.
I'm not
And they
buying
go
that now.
together deliciously.
I'm not
Because
buying
does
that.
anything taste good with Jaeger?
Yeah.
Blech. No.
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 You had it one time,
And it tasted like poison. It was terrible.
Well, it
I
wasn't
thought she
like
was
Coke.
handing me like a Jack and Coke or something because I thought it was from like her husband's hand.
Right.
But I take a sip of them like, what is
Was
wrong
that
with
Jaeger
this?
and
It
Red
was
Bull?
Jaeger and Pepsi or something like that.
Jaeger and
Diet.
Diet.
I don't know that I've ever drinking Jaeger.
It's gross. If you have to
We shall
really like
start.
licorice,
And
And
I
ass.
hate licorice. I
hate
absolutely hate licorice, but
I
I
do
love
too.
Jaeger.
Hate licorice.
you have to like licorice and ass.
Licorice and
Well,
ass. No, she
Yeah.
didn't say you had to like licorice and have an ass.
oh, because I got it. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
but you don't
at least
chow
half.
down at Cowtown, so.
I don't chow down at Cowtown. You
No.
are correct.
Would you ever?
No.
Not
I
cleaning
have zero
someone's-
desire to eat ass.
What?
I have zero desire to eat ass.
Speaking of eating ass. So what have you been shooting lately?
Wait a minute.
As we imply that you do chow down at.
No. I'm assuming that we've got somebody just gloriously worshiping that booty that she's got.
Well, listen. I mean,
Do
I
we have
feel
to
like
limit it to somebody though?
Can
there
it be multiple? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I feel like it is senseless to sort of get in bed with someone who has, an overabundance of ass and sort of not be into.
Booty?
Yeah, I mean, like, you should really like everything about it, or what's the point,
Right.
So,
But I got a question for you. Does every band that you want to be with want to do a doggy style?
no. Yes, I mean, of course,
Yes,
like that comes up.
yes,
That always
Oh,
comes
that
up.
has to come up.
That has to. That comes up. But I am, because I'm very comfortable with my weight.
Right.
A lot of guys like for me to be on top because I'm not afraid of breaking
me
them.
Too. Me too.
And
yeah.
I'm a fan. So
I'm
it
not
works out.
afraid to break them.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
awesome.
trying
I
to break them.
love
Realistically,
that.
I'm trying to break
You had a
them.
creeper email you
Nice.
were going to read us. Did you find it?
Yeah, I'll read it to you.
Okay.
It says, "Dear Eve, you are hot. I hope to one day meet you in person, caress your skin, and snip a locket of your hair to keep near my heart. Until then, I will continue to stalk you from afar. Signed, Toxie at SinCityBounty." Do you see the garbage
Was
that
that
ends
really
up in my... Do you see the garbage that ends up in my inbox? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. That was an that was in a joking context. We were exchanging pictures for the promo for the show, but the response was just dead on, and I'm like, oh, that's one of the creepier ones I've gotten lately, so I'm gonna have to archive that
Yeah,
one.
Right?
taking a snippet of your hair is like, woo!
Yeah.
When you start taking pieces of someone's body as memorabilia, that's when it really
What's
rolls. in.
wrong?
Well, I wanted to add it to my collection, and I don't know if she's aware of all of the rest, so I don't.
Do you ever have that fear that like somebody who seems sort of... I've had this thing where until recently, I would have thought that most of the people that I socialize with in this community in particular, I knew very well. And then I had a couple people at my house for extended periods of time, and I'm like, you are so creepy. Like, I don't know this because I meet them in Vegas, I spend a week floating around a pool, having a couple drinks, and I've seen them year after year, and I think they're so wonderful. And then when I got them in private, I'm like, you are absolutely the creepiest person I have ever been with. So, like, do you ever wonder if somebody has like a creepy, one of your normal everyday friends could
I'm
have a creepy
sure.
shrine to you?
Oh, you mean like, oh yeah, like a worship kind of stalker kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you know? Do you ever think that?
I have a collection of my boyfriend's underwear that he keeps leaving at my house. But
You
does
know
that
Well, that's for you to
count?
launder, sweetie. You like
It's
them
okay
folded.
if it's your boyfriend's
Washed and
underwear.
folded.
It's okay if it's your boyfriend's underwear. If it's my husband's underwear, then there's a little bit of an issue.
I've seen your husband's
So-
underwear though. He can keep it.
My best
Aw.
friend says the only difference between a stalker and a boyfriend is whether or not you're interested. It's like, oh my God, somebody broke into my house and, left flowers and wrote my name on the mirror. Or, aw, he broke into my house and left these flowers. It's so sweet, so thoughtful. It's just about interest, right?
Wait a minute, but you told me an interesting thing yesterday that's a friend of yours. Okay, now all of us here at this table, we get those crazy text message or IMs on Facebook about marry me, please, your butt so big.
Don't tell the story.
Oh, okay.
No, it's too close to home.
I
Don't
got
tell
you.
this.
No,
Don't
no,
tell
no,
the
I
story.
don't know. I just thought.
Yeah, I did
somebody
tell
out
you.
of the
I
blue.
did tell.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no. I'll tell
But
you.
you got to get a lot of those though. Penis pictures constantly.
I no.
You
Like,
don't?
strangely
Oh my
enough,
God, I get penis pictures all the time.
I'll tell you two things I never get, and this sounds like fishing a little bit, but I never get. Lots of girls get gifts from fans. I mean, yes, there have been a couple. Somebody bought me a book that I desperately wanted, and somebody sent something else. Like, I do get a couple of little tokens here and there, but for the most part, no. And I don't get dick pics. Now, if you're listening,
Really?
this is not an invitation to fill my inbox.
Fill
See,
your
I
inbox.
will give you Eve's email.
Yeah, no,
to send dick pics.
no. Toxie is all dick pic city, and
She wants the dick together. Intertwined.
sometimes I think these
Of
guys
course.
in this community don't realize that, like, most people are friendly and we all just sort of chat. So
Right.
all the time, like, I have other friends that model, and I'm like, they're like, oh, so-and-so sent me a dick pic. I'm like, no way, show me. So, next time I'm talking to him, I'm like, I do know what your penis looks like.
We
So-
have a PSA about that. We in our very first season, we told every guy out there, if you send a girl a picture of your penis, she will show. If she's in a group of girls, she'll show them all immediately.
Sure.
And if she's not with a group of girls, the next time she is with a group of girls, she will show
Well,
every
we
single
were-
one of her friends.
We were talking about how we were out at dinner one night, and so I was explaining to her that I get all of these dick pics, which is fabulous, but I oddly started getting them from people that we know, and so these are people that I've encountered. We see at the clubs. They know my real name. I mean, they're people that I know, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, let me send you a pic."
But-
Oh, so I'm of course sharing them with Eve.
Oh.
Look at his penis.
Comparing notes.
And so we're there, and there's a couple sitting next to us. And so, of course, for the beginning of dinner, like, they're having a great conversation, they're eating it nice and loud, and their silverware's clanking. And I guess at the word dick pic, all of a sudden, they're eating in, like, silent, like it's a silent movie. And
'Cause they're
like,
listening to everything you're
they're
saying.
listening to everything.
They're, like, trying to
They're
peek
not even
over.
crunching. They're like,
Yeah.
just eat the
It was-
bread, eat the soft part of the bread. And they're, as I'm showing, and I see them like kind of trying to look. They stayed well beyond the time that their meal was done.
Yeah, they were
I
sort
mean,
of poking at
couldn't-
air at one point.
Yeah.
But I was also, she's censoring a little bit because she's kind. I was telling her about, I had done a particularly exciting squashing session for the website, which if you were a member of the site, you're going to see. So I was giving her all of the details about that, and then coupled with the dick pic exchange. It's just a fantastic evening for those
Yes.
folks.
But let me
Yeah,
ask you guys.
they-
I know for me, I really don't care what their dick looks like. I mean, I really don't fuck fucking care.
I don't either.
If I see a picture of a dick, it doesn't make me like you more, like you less. I don't fucking care what
I'm
your dick
really
looks
of the
like.
opinion that once you've seen a dick, you've kind of seen them
I
all.
agree.
I think you've not seen enough of them because I think
Right?
there are some real exceptions to I mean, here's the thing, like if I'm into an individual, whatever you're working with, I'm working with it too. You know, I'm not I don't have any certain parameters. You have to come with these stats or don't come at all. I think that's sort of silly. You're missing out on real opportunities with people. However, every now and then I see a golden gem of a penis. You know? Like it
I'll
is
tell you who's a
beautiful. It's
golden
beautifully
gem.
photographed.
Donald Trump.
Oh well, I
Donald
mean,
Trump is a golden gem of a penis.
That's true, but
Yeah.
you don't even have to like ask him for his. You can go on his wife's Twitter.
Oh yeah.
and
You
you
got
can
it
see
all.
everything you want to see. But when I first met him, I do remember him saying, "Did you want to see a picture?" And of course I do. Like I will never turn down if you ask me. At no point
It's
am
a
I going
beautiful
to say
specimen,
no,
but
thank you. I
normally
don't want a
dicks
dick
don't do
pic.
nothing
Next
for me.
bachelorette, I don't want you to come up to me and go, "Oh my God, I've seen 87 dick pics." You just invited that into your life, so enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Oh.
I don't mind the dick. And I'm kind of with you. I don't have, obviously you'll know what I, go home to. And he sends plenty of dick pics, not only to me, but apparently to some of you as well.
I have, by the way, I've
However,
never gotten a dick pic
You
from
really
Mr.
haven't?
No, from
I
Mr.
can
Toxie.
show you several now. I think I've gotten a few while
Like I
while
said,
we've
I
been
really
on
don't
air.
care.
My
I
number
mean,
is 702.
Right. But I mean, I'm of the same philosophy. Like they're all very unique, they're very individual, and it's
They're
all
like
and it's not about the
snowflakes.
size. It's in about how
I
they
agree,
use
but
them
I
and
just don't. I
I
don't
don't mind
examine
seeing
them.
them.
No, I don't want a picture of it. Now, if you send me a video of you whacking it off clear to the cum shot, we're talking now.
I want the video.
Oh, I do.
I'm less
Yeah?
interested in
You'd
the
rather
video.
just
I'm much
look
more,
at the
especially
video.
when he's like, "I'm doing this for you, baby. It's so hot. I'm just thinking about your tit." Whatever. I'm like, I'm down with that. I'm good with this. I could watch that
Has
over and
Kelly
over
Guy ever
again.
made you a video like that?
No, he
Oh.
has not.
I'm
But I've
Kelly
never
Guy.
asked. I've never asked him.
I'm just
So.
saying he knows now.
He does. God, I would masturbate to that every day.
Aw, that's true
I will
love.
probably get a video within the next.
I was
15
just about to
minutes.
say, I'm waiting for your
I
phone to
really
ding.
feel I've already gotten this one.
Is that a penis?
It is.
His penis?
That one is not, oddly. So it's even more odd when Mr. Toxby sends me other penises.
Oh yeah, he's sending you other men's penises. Oh my God. Oh, we need to take a little break, don't we?
Yeah, we can
It's
take
about
a
time.
break.
All right. We have been listening to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com. We'll be right back. Send us your questions for Big Cutie Eve.